Hey everyone, welcome to the Zone of Tech. I'm Daniel, and I have quite a huge box here, and you would think that it's a MacBook box because it's pretty huge, but you've probably read the title, so you know that it's not a MacBook box, it's an iPad Pro box. So the iPad Pro has just been released, and it's essentially just a larger iPad, although Apple claims that it's a Pro device, hence its name. I'm not entirely sure about that, but this is my first hands-on video with the iPad Pro. This is my unboxing and first impressions. Enjoy. Okay, so taking a look at the box, nothing too special. We have an iPad branding on the sides, and oh my god, this box is huge. I mean, comparing it to an iPad mini box, well, there's actually no comparison. I mean, it's even larger than the 12-inch MacBook box, and yes, it's almost as big as the 13-inch MacBook Pro box. Whoa. So let's get this baby open, and inside, oh my god, Jesus, this thing is huge. So let's put this big boy to the side for just 1 second and see what else we get inside. So first off, we get an adapter head. This is the UK model. Then we also get a lightning cable, which is longer than the usual lightning cable, so that's pretty good. We then get some manuals such as the quick start guide, the warranty and safety guide, as well as some Apple stickers. Then we get a power adapter, and that's it. We don't get anything else inside the box, so we don't get a cleaning cloth or an Apple Pencil or an Apple keyboard. You'll have to buy all of these separately, by the way. So let's go back to the iPad, remove the plastic foil. Oh my god, you gotta love that noise. And Jesus, this thing is huge. I mean, it barely fits in the video. So let's put this up, set it up, and there we go. The iPad is now usable. Okay, so I've been using this iPad Pro for a while now, and these are my first impressions. So besides being a really big iPad Air 2, there's one more visual difference, and that is the speakers. So now we get 4 of them instead of just 2, so 2 on each side, and well, they're amazing. Each of them has its own resonance chamber inside, and well, they simply sound stunning. They're really loud and crisp, although not as loud as a 12-inch MacBook, by the way, but overall, I'm pretty impressed. And then, well, we have the size. So you already know that this thing is huge. I mean, it comes with a 12.9 inches display, and then you have those bezels which make it even thicker. But just to give you an idea, this is an old iPhone 4S with a 3.5 inches display. Now this is an iPhone 6S with a 4.7 inches display, so much larger. Then this is the iPad mini 4 with a 7.9 inches display, much larger. And now this is the iPad Pro. This thing is humongous. So let me give you a better idea of how big this thing actually is. This is the 12-inch MacBook, and now here's the iPad Pro. The iPad Pro is actually bigger than the 12-inch MacBook. And now here's the 13-inch Retina MacBook Pro, and the iPad Pro is almost as big as the 13-inch Retina MacBook Pro. And now just for fun, this is the 15-inch Retina MacBook Pro, and again, not that much of a difference between this and the iPad Pro. So yeah, this is a huge device, and the question is, why would you carry around this one instead of a 13-inch MacBook Pro, for example? Well, the answer is weight. It's 200 grams lighter than even the 12-inch MacBook, and yeah, overall it's a pretty light device. So that's one reason why you would want to use this over something like a laptop. Now, in terms of the actual performance, you may remember my iPhone 6s Ultimate Performance Test, in which I compared the A9 chip inside the new iPhones versus the Snapdragon 810, the Intel Core M, the Intel i5, and the Intel i7. And surprisingly, the A9 outperformed all of them except for the i7. And now we have the A9X chip, which is even better. Actually, this thing is insanely powerful. I'll be doing a separate in-depth performance test just like I did on the iPhones. But long story short, the single core score is almost the same as on my 15-inch Retina MacBook Pro. And the GPU inside this thing is actually much more powerful than, guess what, GPU inside my 15-inch Retina MacBook Pro, the integrated one, so the Intel Iris Pro. That's insane. And we also get 4 gigabytes of RAM, so this thing is a monster spec-wise. But software-wise, this is just a bigger iPad. So you do get all of those split screen / picture-in-picture modes and true multitasking from iOS 9, but then again, you have those on the iPad mini 4 and the iPad Air 2 as well. Like, honestly, there's not even one thing that you can do with this iPad Pro that the regular iPads cannot. Apple is calling this a Pro device, but there are no Pro apps pre-installed on this. Yes, you can get iMovie, and you can edit up to 3 streams of 4K video, which is really impressive, but why would you really use an iPad to edit 4K videos? First off, you're limited to 128 gigabytes of storage, which to be honest is not enough for 4K videos, and then importing 4K footage on this is almost impossible. Like, you need an adapter, and even if you do get that adapter, well, not all codecs are supported. So chances are that the iPad won't even recognize your footage. Your best option is to download the videos that you took with your iPhone 6s, and yeah, you need an iPhone 6s for that. And that's because, well, the iPad Pro cannot record in 4K. So yeah, you kind of need this as well. So in the end, who is this iPad Pro for? Is it for professionals? Well, no. Definitely not. You can do much more things on a laptop that costs much less. And speaking of cost, by the way, the baseline model, the 32GB model, because that's the baseline model, that one costs $800. But 32GB is a joke for all of those 4K files that Apple wants you to edit on this thing. 128GB is decent, although not even 128GB for 4K editing, not even that one is enough. Speaking of the 128GB model, that one is $950. Add in the Apple Pencil and the Apple Keyboard, and you're up to over $1,200, which, by the way, is more expensive than both the 11-inch and the 13-inch MacBook Airs, and just $80 cheaper than the 13-inch Retina MacBook Pro. And speaking of the Apple Pencil and the Apple Keyboard, well, the reason why I didn't show them in this video is because, well, I don't have them. I don't have them because they're not out yet. They're going to be released in 2 to 3 weeks. I mean, come on, Tim. The only reason why anyone would buy an iPad Pro is because of that Apple Pencil, which might be useful for graphic designers, by the way. But yeah, we don't have it. 2 to 3 weeks. So in the end, since they're almost the same price, why would anyone buy this over something like the 13-inch MacBook Pro? If all you do is... I wanted to say if all you do is watch movies, but then if you watch a lot of movies, you would probably get the Apple TV, so I have no idea what this thing would be for. And I have no idea why I'm talking like this, to be honest. But yeah, if you do have an idea what or who the iPad Pro might be for, definitely let me know in the comment section down below. Also, let me know, what do you actually think about the iPad Pro overall? Do you like it? Do you hate it? It's basically a really big iPad with some pretty good speakers. Is it worth $800? Definitely not. Now my full in-depth review is coming in 3 to 4 weeks once I get the Apple Pencil and the Apple Keyboard. So I'll test the iPad Pro along with those and then decide if it's actually a Pro device or not. Who knows, maybe the Apple Pencil and Apple Keyboard will change my mind, although I don't think so. But for now, Apple should have called the iPad Pro the iPad Plus, because this is what it is at the moment. It's simply just a larger iPad. Oh, and I should probably mention that the iPad Pro doesn't come with Touch ID 2.0 like the iPhone 6s does, only Touch ID 1.0, and it also doesn't come with 3D Touch like the iPhone 6s does. Which means that you'll have to wait until the next model comes out if you need those. And there you go, these were my first impressions with a brand new iPad Pro. Definitely feel free to give this video a like if you have enjoyed it, and also feel free to subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos like this one. Oh, and don't forget to turn on email notifications on both desktop and mobile by simply clicking that bell icon next to my channel so that you're notified whenever a brand new video comes out. Other than that, thank you all for watching this video. I'm Daniel, and I'll see you in my next one. Daniel, I have no hands so I cannot do this. Daniel, signing out. Cheers. Hey everyone, and welcome to the Zone of Tech, and I have something quite big to show you. It's this. It's an iPad. What did you think it was? I wanted to say if all you do is watch movies, but then if you watch movies, then you would probably get an Apple TV, so I don't know what this shit is for, to be honest.